can't handle the truth. Mornings in the Lab is the greatest morning show on the planet. True motherfucking story.
It is a true mother story, from Heimlich maneuvers at the hot dog stand to fingernail spray, sprinting past toenails. It's just another morning here in the lab. Buckle up. I'll get the words out of my mouth. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Johnny, too, starts right mother now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up,
building muscle improves blood flow
from squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Hey. What's going on, nation? Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends, your trusted daily accountability partner, serving up your motivating content, real talk, and the most entertaining conversation you're going to find anywhere on the dial. Turn it up, guys. The music's up. The attitude is up. And the fun is here. It's Friday. It's Fun Friday. Yes. In hour one, we're going to kick things off with an incredible... Yeah, Jimmy, you like that sound, eh? Woo, baby. A little bit of industrial noise this morning to get you guys to get after today. Today I learned we're going to talk about some stuff about the nurse who pulled off the life-saving CPR during a baseball game, only to later save another life in a restaurant. Yeah, same person, same hero, different Heimlich remover. We're going to talk about that coming up in the day. Today we're talking about Fun Fitness Fridays. Oh, yeah, baby. You saw the goofy thumbnail. We're going to give you the playful routines and social workouts proven to stick. No more boring reps, just effective and enjoyable morning fitness over 40. Plus, our center stage features Jake Kranz, the marketing mastermind who turned a college dorm idea into a sports empire with Charlie Marketing. I'm going to invite you to get those notebooks ready. There's gold in the conversation today. And you know those fingernails? Your fingernails. Yes, yours. They grow faster than those toenails. Yeah, true story. We're going to unpack it and why. And we're going to talk about the mind-blowing process of fingernails, guys. Yeah, I know we all have those fingernails. You guys all saw the opener. This is an R-rated experience with the drill. What's going on? The obscure ninja. The steam-powered shunks are... the shades are on. Guys, I stepped in front of the microphone this morning, and these were my first words. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just trying to spit them out here. I see Johnny in the green room. And guys, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, tell all your friends about the greatest morning show on the planet. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Even with the industrial noise over my ears, it's kind of driving me nuts. Jimmy, let's bring in Johnny so I can change the tunes, brother. What's up, Johnny? How are you, pal?
Good morning, brother. Hey, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh, yeah.
I get here, because obviously you get on there and you do your nutty little guy shit before I get here.
Yeah, true story. Yeah.
So, so I guess the question is my arrival time right about, 05:07, or would you rather me be a few minutes earlier?
It's actually interesting to have you ask me that question. Oh, Nation, you're hearing a business discussion behind the scenes here. I was thinking about our show. I'm thinking, I think Johnny can probably arrive on the show around the 7:08, 7:07 mark, 7:06 mark. We can play with that, but I'm working on the opener here. But yeah, there's probably no need for you to be here. Johnny, you got time to run the bidet, man. You got an extra 6 or 7 minutes in your morning. I'm thinking,
well, you know me, bro. I protect every moment. You know what I mean? I know. Because I was getting here, shortly after. I was like, fuck, dude, I got like 4 minutes. I could be doing something right now.
And it's funny. I love that you're talking about that, because often we talk about it here, brother, all the time. Oh, I got 5 minutes. I'm going to waste it. No,
No,
I'm saying to Johnny right now is I'm saying, Johnny, I can do 5 minutes doing this. You can go do 5 minutes of squats or 5 minutes of whatever you got to do. But that 5 minutes, you do it 5 times over the week. It's 25 minutes.
Brother, it's fucking. I know it's like 4 minutes times 5 is 20 fucking minutes. And the worst part is that what I found myself doing is I'm waiting and I found myself fucking scrolling. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
That is the worst fucking. If you're gonna waste time, at least do it with something that's not like at the pit of the fucking waste totem pole.
Dude, well said. Well said. So I'm glad we had this conversation. So yeah, well, I'm gonna keep tweaking it with you here, but I got this new morning warm-up song, the song that starts the show. So I'm thinking we're gonna get on around the 3, 4, 5 minute mark, and then I'll do my nutty little shit for a few minutes. So yeah, you're probably coming around the 6, 7 minute mark or so. And as you know, this is a good segue. We're gonna be extending the loop from 15 to 30. And you also need to know this, brother. And this is the best what I'm gonna tell you. So I've been talking to a few folks this week that are like, Billis, I heard you're going to do a little bit more news. I'm like, yeah. They said, you got to make sure John does not know the news until you tell him. I'm like, yeah. Because when I see Johnny's face, when you told him that Ozzy died and the whole world knew, and John was like, what? And the comedic response from folks were like, that is awesome, because it just shows how much you are dialed into your world, and you let your boss do all the other work, and then I just present
who?
What?
My who?
Your boss.
My assistant?
I'm sorry, I meant He also said to me, this guy also said to me, like, I don't know how long you and Anderson have been working together, but you guys clearly have a chemistry that's coming from somewhere. I'm like, yes, baby, yes. We are a top and bottom couple here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
And on that level, I just wanted to say, I mean, we do have a really cool experience, a cool thing going on. We've got a great experience, and I guess what I wanted to just tell everybody was that I'm really, really honored that I wanted to tell you too, but I wanted to do it publicly. Your boy is going to chase some athletic dreams. Yes. And I did that. So I've got a little bit of experience down that road. And so I was honored that when I said, hey, if you want me to be a part of motivating and inspiring your boy, that I would be honored to do so. And the fact that you said yes and connected us, I just wanted to say, thank you, brother.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That shows that that you see value in me potentially helping him, and it hit right here.
I appreciate that. Well, and that's really kind of you, and that's a sincere gratitude. It's actually great. We went out for dinner last night, me and Lauren and Carter, and we were talking to have this conversation. Hold on. Good morning, Donovan Patterson. I see you there in the comments. Welcome to the show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. We got our buddy coming up here in a few moments, Jake Kranz. What do a giant snowman, Johnny, a baseball curveball, and a college dorm have in common? Well, Jake Kranz is coming up here in a number of minutes because they're all part of the wild origin story of today's guest, who went from watching baseball across from North St. Paul's famous 50-foot snowman to running social media professional sports leagues before he could even legally rent a car. Coming up in a few moments, we got Jake Kranz joining us on the show. But Johnny, we had dinner last night, and this topic conversation came up about the subtle changes happening here on the show along the way here. And Carter said, "Dude," he goes, "Man, the gratitude that Johnny has, this is absolutely." He said, "It's really cool that John's in my corner." I said, "Absolutely." So I know Carter's equally excited about it as well, and we had a good chat, and he's excited. And I said to him last night, brother, I said, "So are you stressed about life in front of you now? Like you're an adult, and now you're responsible for your own life?" He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm eager to get after it." So I was pretty jacked about that. And I'll tell you something I'm proud of, and you'll love this too. So we get home from dinner last night. We walk into the house around, it was actually close to after 8:00, my bedtime. And I was working towards bed, and Carter hadn't trained yet because he slept in by accident yesterday morning. So he was going to train last night. He walks into the house. He looks at me. He's like, "What the fuck am I doing?" I go, "Yeah." He says, "I'm going to go home to bed." I go, "Good. You'll be back in the morning. This is good for you." And I love that because his workout and the effort, there would have been no value in it. And he told himself there would have been, but I kept saying, "Dude, just go home and get your rest, but be intentional about it." So he went home and he got some rest and come back here today. But a good for an audible.
I just wanted to point out to everyone that so he's basically put himself in a position where he's worked hard enough, right? He's on the side of the fence where he has to protect his rest and recovery.
Yes.
Most people have to protect the fact that they're not putting the work in.
Yes.
So don't take that the wrong way. With him, he's like, okay, what's more important with what I do? The rest is more important because he works so hard. Don't take that message the wrong way, because we're promoting getting the job done.
Yes.
But once you're to this side of the fence, the rules start to change a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's exactly it. But it's funny, Johnny, because I said to him, just like we were talking to kick the show off, don't go home and scroll. Like go home and
hell no. You're gonna go home and go to bed.
Yeah, go home and intentionally do. And the key word there is intentional. So it was great. Speaking of intentional, dude, I had coffee with John Petrocelli after our show yesterday, brother. He huge fan of the show, huge fan of you, me, and what we're doing here. I said, I loved your message. I says, perhaps we can work on making it more entertaining. But he was awesome about the whole thing. He's gonna come back. We're gonna have some calls with him, and he may have dropped. I don't want to reveal it on the air here, but woo! You may know somebody that could maybe come into our corner on the show here, and somebody that might.
Well, we better get him for he croaks too. Jesus Christ!
Well, I'm doing the old, and I'm not mentioning names right now. I'm just woo. Anyways, yes. Speaking of, dude, tragic news yesterday, man. Like, and I want to lean into it for a couple minutes here. Regardless of how anybody feels about the man I'm going to mention, it doesn't really matter how any of you feel, because the reality is this dude had a cultural impact on the entire world, like the world. Like there's one dude, and I remember, Johnny, you and I grew up, and there's been some cultural moments where, we grew up in a world where, only like legitimate people would get like onto like talk shows like Johnny Carson and Letterman. And then one day this guy shows up, and you're like, oh, and his name was Hulk Hogan. Right. And unfortunately we lost him yesterday. And I know there's a lot of opinions on him as the human, and Terry Jean Bollea, who might not have been the kindest human, but I don't really care about all of that. The reality is the world lost a cultural icon yesterday that lives on with many of the things we see today. And I just wanted to call that out.
Here's the crazy thing, brother.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to kind of look at the generations that he touched, right? Yeah. Because yesterday there was like fucking 4 or 5 meme coins created because he died.
Yeah.
Now that's a really, really young.
Yes.
So it's. I mean, this guy was. It just shows that what he did was all the way down into the grassroots of the youngsters today. Like Ozzy, definitely probably in terms of an iconic, he's bigger in terms of what he, arguable, because Ozzy was just a massive in his arena. Hulk was a master in his.
Yes.
They're both massive, but Ozzy didn't touch down into that lower generations. I didn't see the youngsters doing shit like creating coins and things like that. It's just kind of, you can really get a good feel of how deep they went into the younger generations, because these guys were old, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it was an unfortunate day yesterday. We had Mangione, very famous jazz musician, passed yesterday as well, and then we had a tragic loss in the food space, on the celebrity food space. A young lady named Burrell, Ann Burrell, died as well. So, but the goal of the show is not to become the obituary show. It's just the reality of the world, and I want to keep weaving cultural moments in, because what I'm learning from you, my Mornings in the Lab community, you guys, we want to talk about these kind of things. And Hulk, and
we're celebrating them. We're celebrating them.
And Johnny, you'll appreciate this, man. Working away here, and I get a text out of the blue yesterday. I look at my phone; it's from B-Drac Bernard. He's like, "Brother, Hulk died." And I was and regardless of the news, it made me feel very warm inside that there's members of our community thinking about us, reaching out to say, "Hey, man, here's some news to share with the community." So Bernard, I appreciate it. He's like, and I think Anderson probably wants to know too. I'm like, yeah, probably. So that's when I sent you the text that Hulk died.
So fuck, man, God damn it.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, quick to segue back real quick. You were talking about news and how you bring in the news, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
What was you said was a part of the community, or who was it that was digging how?
A couple of the guests that have been on the show that now listen to the show, and they're like, when I drop stuff and Anderson doesn't know about it, there's this comedic effect. So it's been a couple.
It's the fucking dead honest truth too.
I know, and that's what's so great about it. That's like it's going to be great about the segment is I'm going to throw stuff out there, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? So it's going to be a lot of fun. So all right, we got Jake Kranz.
Yeah, who's going to be happy to hear about this is my fucking mom.
Yeah,
because she's like, son, she's 90 years old. She says, son, you need to have a better idea what's going on out there.
What's mom's name again?
Sally.
We might need to have a segment with Sally. The news was Sally, John's mom. We'll call her
I'll tell you, she's such a gentle. I mean, she's probably only about bare. I don't even think 100 pounds anymore. Just a bitty little thing.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, bring Matt up here for a couple quick minutes before we bring Jake Kranz in on Free For All Friday. What's going on, Rufy? Rufy, the host of
Good morning, fellas.
What's going on, pal?
Nothing, man. Kindness Rising was awesome. I can't believe I finished episode 15.
Yes.
3 weeks in a row. John tells me that's no record, but I'm headed for it, buddy.
Well, real question: Why can't you believe that? I think you should fucking believe that all the way. I think you believe it when it's 1,500.
I will.
Fuck
I
yeah!
can't believe how fast the time.
There we go. Yeah. That makes sense because the time goes by fast, doesn't it? It goes by so fast.
It's ridiculous.
Rufy show's awesome, man. And Rufy is getting better every day, man. I was watching it today. It's getting better every single day, brother.
Yeah, I'm gaining confidence. It takes a little bit of time learning my way around the production studio. That's been interesting. I tried to throw in some music. We're going to be working on some of the AI video stuff. It's going to be. I just love doing it every day. I can't.
You know, brother, the thing. I was just going to say, just hearing you talk. Sorry, we just keep talking over each other, brother. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you a big compliment saying that I think one of the really cool elements about what you're doing is you were just laying it out. This is, wearing your heart on your sleeve. I'm doing the best I can. I'm bringing a good message. I've already made a mistake, but I'm happy to apologize for it. That's what people need to see. Exactly. Don't make it perfect. Nobody wants to see perfect. Exactly. Just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Fucking A.
Thanks, dude. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody who's come out. You guys have been awesome to me. And that was one of the key messages today. And that's what's changing in the world of social media, moving from perfection to authenticity, right? It's kind of an overused word, authenticity. But that's what we bring here. And it's what you guys have lit in me. I knew it was always there when I was a kid and wanted to be a game show host.
Did you want to be a game show host?
Totally.
That was my dream. Yeah, that was my dream, dude.
Like Bob Barker.
Bob Barker, Bob Eubanks, freaking all of them. Wink.
Dude, didn't Bob Barker get in trouble for like doing dirty shit to Vanna White or something?
No, it's Pat Sajak, Anderson.
Sorry.
I never really liked Sajak. I love the guys in the 70s with the wide collars and all. If you listen to the shows now, the stuff that they said we couldn't get away with today. We could not get away. I mean, maybe we get away with it here on this channel, but certainly not on cable or network television. And just like Bugs Bunny and the cartoons, there was so much subtle innuendo on that shit. It was so awesome. And I loved it. I leaned into it. I tell this story, and I don't want to overtalk everybody, but I found a tape of myself from 1982. I was 10 years old, and it was a cassette tape, and I was mimicking these guys. And it's kind of one of the things that lit my purpose and attracted me here, because it's like, that's what I was meant to do, man. That was my purpose. I found it. I spent 30 years in corporate healthcare. I was fucking up. I needed to do this.
It is what you need to do, and I'll tell you something we're going to lean into on the show in a number. And actually, Jake's a marketing guy, so I'm gonna bring the question up to Jake when he comes in here in a couple minutes. But guys, you said something that people couldn't say things a while ago, and some people are saying things now with the changing of the world. I want to tell you something. I'm just going to go on the record and say I'm fucking happy about, dude. Y'all might like or not gonna like what I'm going to say next. America's back with advertising. Kudos to American Eagle for putting the fucking jeans back in the Sydney Sweeney ad campaign. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll just say this.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. There's a brand new marketing campaign that launched yesterday with American Eagle. It's featuring Sydney Sweeney. It's very, very, very provocative and sexual. It has no woke written all over it. It is a white woman in tight fucking jeans with her tits hanging out. Seriously. And I'll say this. Stock went up fucking 10 some odd % yesterday. So, and I'll say this. They showed an ad from 2019 when American Eagle was in the tank. And they showed an ad from the new campaign yesterday, and the stock went through the fucking roof. So kudos for marketing for recognizing that the world is that, we maybe went too far one way, and we're trying to bring things back to maybe a place of some reasonable common sense. Anyways, Jake Kranz.
I got a question. Before we switch gears, I got a question. Which one was Pat Sajak?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Which one's Bob Barker then?
That was Price is Right.
Right.
That was the guy.
Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. The Bob Barker was the guy. Yeah, he didn't look like a pervert. It was the other guy. That's right.
They're all a little greasy, and that may be what attracts me to them.
Oh, we're just neutering dogs here this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and our buddy Matt Roof from Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern Time, right here on the channel.
One more question.
Yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
Did you give Roofy the soundbite talk like you did me?
No. So I haven't had.
I can see that a mile away, brother.
We kind of had the soundbite conversation about good conversations at tennis match, and it's funny because Roofy from time to time will say to me after the show, "Hey, we had a good guest that didn't get the tennis ball match conversation." I'm like, I know, because we know a good conversation is a tennis match. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and some guests, like just some guests who maybe aren't entertaining, just tend to keep the ball on their side of the net all the time. So. Anyways, Jimmy, I can see Matt's face getting all discontorted. Jimmy, let's do the run. Let's run the opener. Let's bring in our first guest today on Free for All Friday, the Fun Fitness Fridays. Hey, Kranz, usually we don't have guests on Friday, man. So you're walking into the fucking fire today. I'm just telling you right now, the fire is hot on Friday. You guys saw my ridiculous thumbnail. Maddie, how about my fucking ridiculous, cheesy fucking fitness thumbnail?
I love it, man.
I looked like an R word and not ridiculous, and I'll let you guys decide what R word that was. But I'll leave that alone. Jimmy, let's run the clip for Jake Kranz from College Dorm to Sports Empire, how Jake Kranz built Uncle Charlie Marketing. Let's get after it, Jimmy.
What if the secret to breakthrough innovation isn't waiting for lightning to strike, but mastering the art of the perfect curveball? Most entrepreneurs chase the home run moment, that one massive swing that changes everything overnight. Meet Jake Kranz, the guy who built a sports marketing agency from scratch that now works with professional sports leagues and teams. Master the basics, then add subtle variations that compound over time. Your next breakthrough isn't hiding in some dramatic revelation. It's waiting in the disciplined execution of small, strategic adjustments. Stop swinging for the fences and start throwing strikes. The game changes when you perfect your curveball.
All right. Turn the fire up. Today we're sitting down with Jake Kranz, the co-founder of Uncle Charlie's Marketing. And no, Johnny, no, it's not his uncle's business. No. Jake's the operations mastermind who took a college side hustle and turned it into Minnesota's go-to sports marketing agency. Jimmy, I know the fucking guy's from Minnesota. True story, because he's my neighbor. I'm just up the road here. I wonder if he's a Wild fan. If he's a Wild fan, we're going to have a chat, Roofy. From managing social media professional baseball leagues to working with hockey training facilities and sports tech companies, Jake's been quietly revolutionizing how sports brands connect with fans in the digital age. Jimmy, let's bring up the man, Jake Kranz, into Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Matty Roof this morning. What's up, Kranz?
Good morning. I'll start off hot. I'll say I am a Wild fan. I live about 15 miles from where the Wild plays. So if we need to have a conversation about that, we can.
That's awesome. Jake, what's going on, brother? Were you enjoying the show from the green room? And do you have any comments to throw into the fire before we get started today, my friend?
Comments, sure. Maybe concerns. I came in. I had never seen it before. I had no idea what the heck was going on.
Oh, you said concerns. What might be your concerns?
Maybe for my own safety. I don't know.
The little guy, he's like a dog, with the little dogs. He does a lot of barking, but he won't bite you, I promise.
I don't bite at all, my brother. I don't bite at all. So you are a sports marketing dude, born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota, across from the famous giant snowman. I'm actually up the road from you. I'm about 6.5 hours from. I'm up here in Manitoba, and I'm being serious. I'm just up the road, up the 75. We can come have coffee someday.
You are. Maybe we can meet halfway. We can meet in Grand Marais.
There you go. So you named the company Uncle Charlie after the baseball slang term for a curveball, brother. How did you end up with that?
So do you want me to go back in my full backstory? I'll keep it brief.
About it. Yeah, please tell us.
So I'll try to tie in the snowman for you too. So in the town that I grew up in, just outside of St. Paul, is a little town called North St. Paul.
Yeah.
It's not known for much, but there is this gigantic snowman that is right across the street from where I grew
I had
up.
some buddies from St. Paul, actually, brother.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I ended up going to college at the University of Minnesota, which is about 20 minutes from there. And while I was there, I just started working and trying to do anything I could to get into business. So I set up an LLC and reached out to as many companies as I could and said, hey, like I'll just work for you for free and do it as long as I can. And at some point, somebody said, hey, I saw some of the work you're doing for somebody else. Like, would you be able to do that for me? I said, sure. And they asked, how much would you charge? And I thought, you're going to pay me? Like, this is,
hold on.
I'm going to make money here.
I got to lean in because you said something that I'm telling you right now, this show, we lean into every single day. A lot of folks wait for someday, one day, or I'm just not ready yet. So I just want to be clear here. You got up and you're like, okay, I have an aspiration. So I'm going to go knock on a bunch of doors. I'm using some metaphors here. I'm going to go knock on a bunch of doors and say, hi, my name is Jake. I'll work for you for free. So in other words, you didn't put any fantasy obstacles in front of you. You didn't put any pretend of someday or one day or not yet. You just actually started doing it. Knock, 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 knock. And I'm sure you were told no a fucking million times. And then one day somebody said, I'm kind of interested in what you're doing. Is that so? And I'm kind of being sarcastic about it, but I'm trying to prove
that still happens. I think there's two things that people get caught up in. They get caught up in the uncertainty of starting, so that'll prevent them, or they'll get too caught up in the strategy side of things, which I think is a place where too many people get lost too. I don't necessarily not believe in strategy. Like you have to have good, sound strategy in place, but if you operate and execute at a level that is sufficient, you don't really have to worry about the strategy. Like you can run a good business just executing and figuring it out as you go, and slowly changing and adjusting to what your customers and the clients that you're working with are saying that they need, and serving them well.
Yeah. Maddie, Johnny, get this. So Jake starts his company in December of 19, like right before the world shuts down. Yeah, hey, there's a world pandemic happening. I'm going to start a company. So, brother, how did you launch this sports marketing company during a time when sports literally stopped?
It's fucking turned off like a light switch.
Yes, exactly. So
yeah, it did. So at the time,
you ran towards the fire.
And at the time, I didn't know I was going into sports. I literally opened up the LLC and said, hey, I'm just going to do this and figure out what I can do, and walked into it. And one thing led to another. And like 7 months into it, I'd say July or August of 2020, I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, we're looking to make an investment into some marketing stuff, wondering if you'd be interested in doing that. And that was a baseball league.
Oh.
And so we started to work with them. And then that's when I met my now business partner, Tyler. And he and I started working together on that project. Ended up working on another sports project together, and then another one and another one. Looked up one day and we thought, one, we should do this together. And two, we should just be focused on sports.
Good for you. Johnny, Matt, here's throwing back to you guys again. You guys both, Americans and football fans. So Tyler is a Packers fan.
He is. Yeah. He grew up in Green Bay.
And Jake is a Vikings fan. And for anybody who knows the NFL, there's not much love lost between the Vikings and the Packers. So I have to be curious, as you guys walked towards the table and decided to have a conversation, was there flak jackets on? Was there just, okay, we're not going to talk football? Or how did you guys overcome the relationship potential challenges with the sports in the middle of it all?
No, we're very respectful of our differences. Additionally, it's actually been a huge benefit how different we are, and that's just one dimension. But he's very much so creatively minded, and I'm very much so operationally driven. And those two things sometimes can clash with each other, but they just come together and create this just beautiful symphony within our business. So, as much as I hate the fact that he's a Packers fan, there is no way I will ever convert him to be a Vikings fan, even though he now lives in Minnesota. He lives in Minneapolis, like 5 miles away from where the Vikings play. But it's turned out okay.
That's awesome. Hey, you're hanging out this morning with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and Matt Roof this morning from Kindness Rising. And Global, I see your comment. Global, you're awesome. And I heard the same thing as you, and I was looking for the time to tell Maddie that his volume needs to be turned up and get it off his shirt. Hey,
all right. Poor guy.
Johnny and I talk often.
I appreciate it. I'm leaning into progress, not perfection. Yeah. That's what I do through through action, and I don't know how to turn the volume up except bring it closer to my mouth. So thank you very much. And I know I have technical shortfalls, but Keith and I are working on that for my show too.
Jake, John and I talk often about the role of partners, not only in relationships but in business, and you know, if we are both the same, one of us is not needed, right? And as I'm growing here in the lab, I got some great people around me, and we all have our own distinct skill sets. Talk about your experience working with Tyler, that you guys both have unique skill sets to bring value to the entire business.
Yeah, we got so lucky, honestly. Like, we started to work together because I knew that he did some marketing work at one point, and it was in sports. And so I reached out to him randomly. I said, "Hey, I got this project. Can you work on this?"
Yeah.
And after that first project, I realized, wow, I am terrible at that type of work, and he is awesome at it. I'm just going to let him do that, and I'm going to stay out of the way as much as I possibly can. And as we continue to have conversations, I realized he has no interest in doing any of the business operation stuff, like managing clients, doing all the back office work, any of that. And so I thought, wow, okay, I love doing that stuff. Let me do that stuff and let him maintain all the stuff that cool. He's doing and be engaged in that side of the business. So it just, we got very lucky, but it is an extremely important part of the business that we run, and us working together and the continued success that we've had as an organization.
Yeah. Johnny, Maddie, go ahead, guys.
How amazing to find a partner that complements you in terms of your skills. That's what makes a team strong. Everyone brings different strengths to it, and recognizing it and knowing it and respecting each other for it. I got to tell you, my best friend in the world, who was on my show, joined my show yesterday. I'm sitting here with my Yankees cap on. He's up in Boston. You can imagine the conversations that we have about the Yankees and the Sox and the Giants and the Patriots. So and the Bruins and the Rangers. So you can still have respectful conversations with those people and make a business out of it. That's freaking awesome, dude. Congratulations.
For sure. Well, I think about those topics.
I think what we got to do is we got to state the obvious here is that our man is doing something that he's never going to retire from.
Yep.
No.
There's no fucking way he's going to retire from doing what he's doing because he loves it.
Yeah, it's clear.
And this is something that people don't recognize. Oh, yeah, we're talking to this dude who's got this company, but let's strip it all away. He doesn't have retirement in his future. Why the fuck would he retire from something he loves to do? And that's what people need to focus on more. Are you doing something that most people, they're fucking planning a retirement so they can get away from what they've been doing for 40 fucking years? What is wrong with that thought process? Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a good call out. I have no interest in retiring.
Why would you?
Like, and even if I'm not doing this work, I have no interest in retiring. I think the thing that people get caught up in is they wait to find the thing that they love before starting to do work, and so that they just kind of they spin their wheels. It's the fear of starting, or the fear of just not doing the right thing with your time. And when I got into this marketing stuff, I'd never done marketing before. How was I supposed to know that I would fall in love with the work that I'm doing and the people that I'm working with? And frankly, I think I could have started any other business and I would have felt the exact same way that I do right now.
That's awesome. Jake Kranz joining us from Minnesota this morning. Hey, Donovan, I see your comments there. I'm going to come address them right now. I'm making strides for fitness, but panicking about cuts to Medicaid. Should I follow John's reels? Get rid of the negative shit in your life. You're blessed to be awake today. I think it's true. Isn't it, Donovan?
You know, hold on. I just real quick. I just got to say, I heard this the other day. I was like, fuck, this is so profound. So you give a kid a huge gift at Christmas, let's say, right? And the kid looks at it and like clearly not pleased. We're thinking, you little shit. You're not grateful for this humongous gift. Maybe it's the wrong color, let's say, right? So that relationship should be compared to our creator and the fact that we get to fucking wake up again today. If you're not grateful for that, you ungrateful little shit. You have another fucking gift today and you're not recognizing it.
Wake up and get after it. That's the gratitude of life, you guys. So listen, here's the thing, Donovan. The politics, the negative shit isn't going away. And I know one of the things that we all have choices is we can get up every single and choose the left door or the right door. What we've chosen on this show is a door of positive and inspiring and motivating conversation. So Donovan, I'd invite you to hang out with us. I'd invite you to focus on yourself. I'd invite you to focus on what you can control. I'd invite you to focus on being grateful for the life that's presented to you every single day, and try to cut the negative bullshit out of your life and just show up.
Don't acknowledge it.
And my offer to you, Donovan, every 24 hours, it's changed my life. It's changed Roofy's life. I can tell you it's changed guys like Bernard's life, Holroyd's life. Why? Because we're trying to inspire with positive conversations that will help you get after it. Because you can't control Medicaid cuts. You can't control the bullshit that's out of your control, but you can control when you get up in the morning and what you're going to choose to do that day. And my goal and our job here is to help you make those good choices. Hanging out with Jake Kranz, myself, John Anderson, and Matthew Roof this morning. And hey, Donovan, if you really want to get after it, I invite you to join the show at 7:30 Eastern time with our buddy Matt Roof, Kindness Rising. He'll give you a dose of kindness and attitude to get up and get after it every single day. Hey, Jake, we talked about executing and you getting this thing started, you getting your marketing business started. Your opinion, with your peers and the guys you hang out with and the folks in your circles, why do you think execution is the hardest thing for many humans?
There's just a lot of distractions. And I think there's a continuing growing list of distractions that exist. And our brains are wired to chase after the quickest access to dopamine available.
Yes.
And oftentimes that doesn't come through a very slow, boring, repeatable process or thing that you're doing day after day, night after night, week after week. It can pretty easily come from your phone or whatever is in front of you, like the new thing, the thing, the ice cream or whatever distraction you might have. So I think the consistency and execution over time is just it's difficult to do for that reason primarily. And I think people also are just interested in a lot of different things, and they can convince themselves of the new thing that it needs to be at the heart of what they're doing. So if they set a goal in the beginning of this year that they want to do X by July 25th, I think somebody can pretty easily convince themselves, and I don't know why, but they can pretty easily convince themselves two months into the year in March and say, I don't know if I really want to do that goal anymore. I think I want to shoot for something else.
Yes.
When the honeymoon phase is over, it's easy to want to switch and chase another honeymoon. But
exactly it.
When the shit all of a sudden gets hard, that's where the line in the sand is.
Well, that's why Jake Kranz is still here, because a lot of shit got hard. He kept going through it. Right. So, Roofy, you were going to say something, Roofy?
No, I was going to say I really appreciate that perspective about distraction, and my take is that it's really fear, and fear forces us into distraction and escape. Right? I know from my own personal story, I lived in fear for years of doing the wrong thing, and when I started leaning into execution over strategy, overthinking, and just freaking do something.
Yeah.
My life is changing every day by getting up and doing something. 7:30 every day. I have something to do, and I'm past the fear. And that came with age and responsibility. I wish I had realized it at Jake's age, but at the same time, if I hadn't not realized it now, I'd still be doing the same shit. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. And hey, Kranz, I got to tell you, man, you got a voice for radio, brother. You ever thought about getting behind the mic?
Dude, when he spoke at first, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That fucking massive voice is coming out of that little dude. I don't mean little in a bad way, but the voice is so big. I like, holy Christ.
Well,
you got a fucking voice synthesizer over there?
No. I will say I've been told I have a face for radio too, so I don't know how I feel about that one. But I am a big person. I'm 6'6", so.
Well, brother, your voice is like 9'10", you know? I'm swear to God, dude, it's just one fucking octave away from that fucking tone where they blur out someone's face as he's talking. They're about, yes, we can, you know, it's crazy. I love it.
Reminds me of that scene from Stern's Private Parts, right, where the chick is sitting on the amp and he's getting down real low and she's getting off on it. Dude, you definitely. That's the first thing I said was, "Wow, you're rattling that bass."
Exactly.
Dude. That's awesome.
Exactly. Jake Kranz.
Don't get too excited, boys.
Jake, I want to be respectful of your time. When we booked you, we grabbed you for 13, but I've had you for 30 so far. Are you in a rush to get out of here, or do you want to keep hanging out with us? You're more than welcome to hang out.
That's okay. I can stay around for a little bit.
Awesome. Let's do it. Global says to us in the comments, and I love this one. Global says, a lot of people never use their initiative because no one told them to. That is so fucking profound, right? Because we're so used to somebody saying, hey, Matt, you need to do this, or Johnny, it's time to do this, or Jake, okay, it's test time this Friday, or you got an exam coming this Tuesday, and it's so profound and so obvious, right? It's like, hey, Matt, yeah, Matt, you have some initiative. Oh, you know, you can do something about it. Oh, but you haven't told me. Dude, that's fucking profound.
Dude, it's the way we're fucking programmed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're just programmed to kind of idle until we're told to fucking put it in gear. Yes. You know, those that choose to put it in gear are the ones that get ahead.
Hey, Jake, you say, you know, I often have this opinion around the sports marketing place that people think that sports marketing is a toy box. And because they see the logos, they see the big dollars that players make, they see the big dollars that the owners have and these big billion-dollar stadiums. But I got to think, and I know you've said that people think sports marketing content is a job for teenagers or unskilled workers, or like it's this big toy box of not real, right? What's the most complex campaign that you've run that would make those people eat their words to go, holy shit, there's a lot of complexities that happens behind the scenes of the logo, because most consumers see the logo, they see the money, and they think guys like yourself and all the sports marketing agents are making tons of fucking money. That's actually not true. Jake Kranz.
Yeah, I think that's true universally in the marketing space, especially digital marketing. People aren't super familiar with how it works and how it operates, and they know that the younger generation of people know how to use technology well, and so they think that it's built for younger kids to operate it. But there's a level of sophistication that comes with the digital marketing space that never existed in what I'll call legacy media. So the print advertising space, and even as you get into television, and the expectations are just much higher. Like if you're running a print ad nowadays, like the only expectation is that you run the ad, and secondarily you provide the total number of people that print item was theoretically shown to. For digital, you know, you need to go through the entire creative process, run the ad, and then in real time be optimizing the ad, the copy, and the creative, and then also be reporting back on all of this data as it's happening in real time. That's just not something that ever happened in legacy media, and it just requires a level of operational sophistication that is something that didn't exist before. And then as it relates to the logo side of things, we don't spend a ton of time working on that type of work, but the amount of time, energy, and effort that goes into any type of branding work is just absurd, and I can't do any of it. There are some very talented graphic designers that we work with and have on our team that are able to do that stuff, but they're able to do it well, and they're able to do it quickly just because they've spent 10, 15 years learning how to do graphic design well.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, you got to cut me loose. I'm going to bruise a fireman's cap if I have to wait any longer.
John is going to sneak out of here for a break.
That's code. That's code. Most people don't know what that means. Although I think Matt caught it pretty quick, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. I've been listening. I get it. That's one of my favorite stories of all time. I've told it about you, John, when I talk about you, man.
You all can join the conversation. 431-300-3005. Jake, we actually have a live phone. We this show actually started in 1992. Yeah, true story. So we brought the phone together here, and we're inviting everybody with the rotary dial to join the live conversation, 431-300-3005. And yes, I will answer the phone. I'll answer right now on the air. I'll take your text, take your voicemails. If you want to join our line conversation and have a conversation with myself, Jake Kranz and Matt Roof, it's 431-300-3005. Hey, Jimmy, let's do this. Since we got Kranz hanging out with us, we're having a fun Fitness Friday. Let's get into the deep dive. Johnny's going for a piss. Let's tease the deep dive, and let's have some conversation on some fun fun things we can do to get people get their ass out of bed, not hit the snooze button, and maybe get some fun fitness activities throughout the day and the weekend today. Because Kranz, we're all about offering value to our audience here. So Jimmy, let's run the clipper and let's have some fun with our deep dive segment here on Fun Fitness Fridays on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Matt Roof, Jake Kranz, and the rest of the gang here on Friday. Jimmy, let's get after, brother.
What if the secret to getting in the best shape of your life isn't found in perfect form or cutting-edge equipment, but in something you abandoned when you became an adult? Most men over 30 treat exercise like punishment, grinding through repetitive routines that feel like work, wondering why motivation disappears after a few weeks, and secretly dreading their next workout. Scientists have discovered that our brains respond completely differently to movement when it's perceived as play versus work. Research from major universities reveals that certain approaches to physical activity create lasting behavioral changes that willpower-based methods simply cannot achieve. The solution lies in rediscovering how to move with curiosity and joy, transforming your relationship with fitness from obligation into exploration. It's time to revolutionize how you think about staying strong.
Hey guys, science tells us fun's the ultimate unlock. When you laugh, you move, and you connect, you build dopamine, community, and long-term consistency. Today, let's talk a little bit some fun fitness activities. This isn't just about getting lean and getting a six-pack. It's about sticking with it. I thought I'd kind of weave that thread into. We talked with Jake Kranz, our guest today, about doing things we don't like to do. Today is about doing something that is fun and doing it all the time. And we're going to throw some crazy stuff on the table here today. This is not your dad's gym routines. I'm not saying go drop down and do 10 push-ups here today. We're going to have some fun and just throw this into the conversation as we get after it. Jake, what do you do for your morning routine? Are you a morning guy, an afternoon guy, an evening guy? How do you take care of that 6'6" frame of yourself?
I'll share my morning routine. I'll share an exercise that I think is very fun too. And then I got to jump off. So I typically I'll start each day. Time and it depends on when I went to bed the last night and where I'm traveling in the world, but I typically start with a little bit of time in the Bible and with prayer, and then have a little bit of breakfast, and then each day starts on the business side of things. I just take inventory of every single message that came in overnight, prioritize the day, and then just attack it. And at night it's the reverse, right? I take inventory and then assign everything out for the rest of the day tomorrow. And then by the morning the next day, I probably have to reset it all. And then on the exercise side of things, one thing that I love to do is water skiing. It is the most enjoyable exercise that I've found, and it's a great workout, but it's just fun to be on the water.
That's awesome. Jake,
people don't realize how hard that is.
Yes. Yeah.
Water skiing, I mean, the core workout that you get from that, I've tried it. I have trouble even getting up. But once you do, man, you are engaged every muscle, tendon, ligament in your body.
Kranz, I know you got to rock and roll, brother. Where can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, and learn more about Jake Kranz at Uncle Charlie Marketing?
Yeah, you just LinkedIn, or you can just look up Uncle Charlie Marketing, and I'll be there too. So you can find me there.
What are you going to slay today? What's on your list today to slay? What are you going to win today, brother?
Well, we have 2 or 3 other podcasts just like this. So
no, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like that.
I will agree. There's nothing like this. But 2 or 3 other blocks of time for talking. We'll call it that. And then I've got a proposal that I've got to work through this afternoon. So I'll be working through that. Nice.
Will you so now that you stepped into the fire with us, a little bit of fun on a Friday, will you come back?
Got to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And hey, one last quick question. Quick wrap for a Wilds fan or a Vikings fan or a Twins fan?
All of the above.
Oh, there you go, brother. There you go. Mm-hmm. So when the hockey season starts, we might have to do a segment, the Wild versus Jets, kind of maybe day after. Actually, Kranz, what we could do is we can do a day after segment, and we can break down the game and have some fun together. And I know I'll be the one talking all the time because we'll be beating you guys. But anyways, you have a good day, pal.
You guys too. Thanks for having me on.
All right,
Great to meet you, Jake. Go get him.
See ya.
All right, Jake Kranz out of here, Jimmy. Let's keep the show rock and rolling here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Our buddy Matt Roof joining us from the Kindness Rising 730 show here. We're talking deep dive, fun fitness activities. And this first one I wanted to throw on the stage for a reason, because I know our brother Johnny gets up every single morning and does this. He gets on his rebound.
I haven't been doing that lately, brother. You know why? Well, because I fucking strained an Achilles tendon. And it's just taken fucking forever. I mean, I'm funny enough, I'm getting it to go away now, but God damn it. When there's no way to bounce without hitting that Achilles.
Yes, this is true. So
I've been fucking limping around for a while. You know, Achilles is a slow healer.
Yeah, yes, it is. Oh, I can fuck with you. So Maddie, have you bounced your stress away? And have you lit up your core with every jump? Have you been like a bouncer? It feels like childhood, but it can burn like boot camp if you get onto the trampoline. Trampoline fitness parties, Matt Roof. One of our 10 activities to throw on the table today. Roofy, what do you think about that, brother?
I haven't been on a trampoline in quite some time. We had one in our backyard as the kids were young.
You can get the little bitty one, bro. A little bitty one that'll fit. Like it's only 3 feet across. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. But I will tell you about bouncing, actually, Keith, and this is inspiration from you, which is something that I learned to bring energy to my show is at 7:10 every morning. I actually dance around in my studio. I put tunes on. Nice. I get my energy up. I'm not a workout first thing in the morning guy. I got to be honest. I have my coffee. Yeah. I get my mental head straight.
Yeah. It's just about blood flow, baby. That's all it is.
It is. And I put my tunes on this morning. I was listening to the record company and assembly high energy music and just bounced around, just danced and joined me in the studio at 7:10. Sometimes I'm just sitting in my chair doing this because it gets the blood flowing and I feel like it helps me bring better energy to my show.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're talking fun fitness activities on a Friday here, guys, on Free for All Friday. Number 2, Jimmy, partner acro yoga. Balance, laugh, fall, try again. When 2 people build trust while upside down, that's growth. Parkour. Oh, no, I was Parker, but acro yoga. So doing yoga with your partner could be some fun that you guys might want to do, which is a little bit differently. And Laura and I do yoga often together. I enjoy it because A, my wife is extremely attractive and I'm attracted to her, but B, it's just fun. It's just fun doing yoga with your partner.
Well, especially if you're doing yoga when it's in the middle of another activity.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, that's the question. When you're actually doing yoga for exercise, though, are you actually touching each other or are you doing the exercises simultaneously?
Depends on which variation we're talking about.
Yes.
I'm talking about morning yoga for exercise. I'm not talking about
that could be morning yoga for that type too. That kind of yoga can happen anytime.
I get you. Yeah, and there's all kinds of positions and stretches we can do there. But I'm being serious though, like because Heather and I have tried that. We've tried to do yoga together and push off of each other and do it as legit exercise. And it's tough. It's actually an exercise in communication and cooperation as much as it is in.
You got to try the other type of yoga too, brother, because there's a lot of pushing in that one also.
We got that.
I love it. Hey, I gotta give me 30 seconds. I gotta close the door so I don't get crushed by the sun coming through this door.
Oh yes. We got Bernard coming in. Back to your water skiing comment, Roofy. He says, my last time on the water, I was launched off a tube and skipping about 200 yards on my life jacket on my back in a ball. I think some of us have done that before. I easily reached 60 miles per hour and about 12 feet off the water on the first several skips, I was told. And if it would have been recorded, I may have set a record for skipping a human across water uninjured. Dude, there's been times I've been water skiing, Maddie, or on a tube, and you sometimes, when you get off, you reflect on what was happening, like, holy fuck, that was pretty dangerous.
It was dangerous and it hurts, man. When you face plant at that kind of speed, the slap against the water is like nothing. Like you don't know. It's like getting hit by a truck, man.
Yeah. You know, dude, they're like, you know, when I was young, I actually I was pretty good on single ski. I used to do the slalom course, and the fucking boat is going 36 miles an hour. That's the for competition. When you're cutting across, I mean, literally, like when you're probably doubling your speed. I mean, we would have to I would have to have my boat driver keep me away from the side, because there was a few times where I crashed and I almost fucking skipped across and hit a dock. Well, I mean, you're going so fucking fast.
That's what Bernard was saying. He's like, I would have skipped, hit a record about skipping across the water. So Johnny, have you do you water ski or wakeboard or a bit of both?
I mean, I used to do it all. Fuck, I grew up on a fucking river. My backyard was the Willamette River. I mean, I started driving a boat with my buddies behind there when I was 11 years old.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, I learned how to I learned to slalom ski when I was probably 12.
Yeah. How about barefoot? Do you barefoot ski?
I barefooted too. You want to talk about slap to the face, man. When you go down, I mean, it's just boom. The first thing it's your face, and you're going to do at least 3 or 4 somersaults because you're going fast. I mean, you're going probably 40 miles an hour because you got to go. The water has to be hard enough.
Yes.
And the crazy part is you're only your heels in the water. That's it. Yeah. This much of your foot is in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Roof, you barefoot?
Never.
Right?
No, I've only been on wakeboards and 2 skis, and not very well at all. And usually, honestly, in my life, it was usually after about at least a 6-pack, and that's probably the most dangerous part of it. I can't believe I did some of that shit.
I've just done 2 cheek, where my 2 cheeks are on the water, and I just try to fucking keep my 2 cheeks on the water as I'm getting pulled through the water, and then my big ass is not getting out of the water. Hey, Johnny, having some fun here with us this morning. You have when guys come to you like, Johnny, I want to train my obliques. Do you look at them like, dude, go to the fucking kitchen first?
That's like when they're talking about their muffin top. Right?
Yes, no, I know. Yeah,
it's like the fat guy that says, I'm holding water. No, fat cells don't hold water, dude.
I'm inflamed. I have inflammation, Johnny.
The whole. I just need to work my. No. You grab that. It's Here's the honest truth. If you grab chunks on your body and you actually do this, right?
Yes.
If you feel it feels like bubble wrap in there, those are the fat cells.
Yeah,
literally. If you grab on your forearm, it's greasy. There's no fat cells there. Now grab your belly and do it. Feel the bubble wrap? That's the fat cells.
Bubble wrap.
Those fat cells don't hold water. Muscle tissue holds water. The skin holds a little bit. But the joke we made in bodybuilding is you can't dehydrate a fat cell. You're fat.
I remember somebody coming to me years ago who was over 300 pounds who one day, and I'm this is going to sound mean, but it was humorous at the time. They're like, Keith, I lost 5 pounds. I looked at them and I'm like, 5 pounds?
And the thing is, in their mind, it's a victory, but when it comes down to it, they're just going about it all wrong. Is the problem? They're looking at the wrong metric.
Yes, I lost 20 pounds of water one day, and I was fucking working out for my trip to Kilimanjaro because it was all the water I was sweating. So the 5 pounds, 7 pounds.
Oh, dude! I mean, I help people often make weight where I can help them, or they don't have to sweat. I can manipulate water and pull 15 pounds off somebody in 24 hours.
Wow. Well, let me tell you.
We're 70% water. There's a lot of water to get rid of if you know how to trick the body.
Yeah. Well, listen, I have there's a viral I have a vital warning, or is it viral? The viral warning.
It's vital and viral.
My eyes are a year older than when I wrote this script here a year ago, so I'm struggling with the R or the T. Our viral warning every man needs to hear. Jimmy, let's reveal the viral warning right now.
Does your core routine hide a deadly secret? Physical therapists are going viral, warning men to stop obsessing over oblique training for that V-taper look. The muscles you're training for stability might actually be making you less stable. Overtraining obliques can lead to spinal instability and serious injury. Train smart, not just hard. Your spine depends on it. Choose function over photos. Start your day right, men.
Your spine doesn't care how you look in photos. Johnny, comment on this, please. You are our expert in this stuff here on the show. And there's one thing I'm learning, that the chat GPTs, the perplexities, and we got all this information, but I really want to weave in the human experience into it. Johnny, the obliques, are we wrecking them, or what is your opinion on this, brother?
Well, usually people want a more narrow waist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down.
Please.
So if you want a more narrow waist, you want those muscles to get bigger. No, right?
Yep.
Okay. If you want a bigger bicep, what are you going to do to it? You're going to train it?
Yes.
Or you're going to not train it? You're going to train it. You want a bigger fucking bicep.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want bigger obliques? No. That makes your waist wider, right? Yeah. So when it comes down to it, you really don't need to train your obliques. If you're doing core movements, like myself, I can rattle off a half a dozen guys who still subscribe to this. I mean, you see my content. I have abs are very clearly there. I don't fucking train my abs. You know where my abs get trained? When I'm squatting, when I'm deadlifting, when I'm standing overhead pressing. Yeah. See, before all these machines hit the market, there was no such thing as core training. Fuck.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And Johnny, I think, and forgive me or correct me, a big part of your abs were also made through two things: great habits and good decisions in the kitchen.
Well, and that's because when it comes down to it, everybody has abs. You say, I want my abs. You have them. You just need to change your habits so that they'll come out. They're well-kept secrets under a layer of fat, probably about like that. You know, the people want that ripped looking oblique. It's already ripped. You just can't see it. So I don't want to say don't train your abs, right? Because you should train everything. But when I say don't train my abs, I probably train my abs. I don't even think I get them once a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I don't, and I'm not trying to sound on bragocious. I just focus. So I'm not John, but I just focus on the core movements. I really do. I focus on squats, the core movements, because I know if I'm intentional with my core movements, it's attacking my abs. It really is.
It's kind of like if you focus on not eating sugar, there's a whole lot of other positive ripple effects in your health. But all you did was focus on that one thing.
That's exactly. Same
thing with the core lifts. You keep the core lifts in there, all this other shit happens for you.
Hey, Rufy, you strike me as somebody who in your time has done some parkour.
Great. Yes, I have. I actually do, believe it or not, I have not. I've not actually done it legitimately, but when I'm hiking, it's one of the things I love to do. I love to hike. That's how I get a lot of my exercise, up in the mountains, walking around, and I kick myself off. I'll hike and I'll jump off a tree and I'll kick myself that way or push myself that way to get extra movement into it. Plus, it's just fucking fun. You run up a hill and jump off a tree or off a stump. I'm not doing twists and flips and that kind of stuff. But honestly, and when I do it, I go parkour, and I jump off the tree, and it's just fun. So I've never done it. I love to watch the guys who do it.
Are you serious when you say you jump off the tree and yell that?
I absolutely do. 100%. That is not
good for you, brother. Good for you.
It's just fun. It's just fun.
Good for you, brother. Good for you.
I love it.
I mean, it's because you're yelling with happiness. It brings you happiness. Fuck yeah, good for you. I thought you were joking, but I mean, the fact that you're doing that, brother, you're bringing another element into your. It's fucking crazy. I love that, bro. That's so beautiful.
Have you parkoured?
So fun.
John, have you
parkour hit hard when I was about 325 pounds.
Whoa.
And I was, keep in mind, I was actually kind of tempted because I was just, my explosiveness was off the chain. I mean, I could jump up, standing still, I could jump up onto a 52-inch box.
I was going to say 54, 50, it's 54, isn't it? 48, 54, I think it is.
52 is where the box was. 52. Okay. That's how many, it was like basically jumping up to my fucking nipple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And anyway, so I was actually thinking about it because we were always looking for ways to train, but get away from the stuff that we actually competed with because it was kind of refreshing. So one of my buddies who was kind of he's one of my training partners, not a professional, but he was doing it and had one of the worst injuries to his knees that I've ever seen happen in one go. And I was like,
parkour.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, granted, he was 265 pounds or 250 pounds running dead at a fucking wall, hitting some sort of a springboard and then doing so there's all sorts of impact on his knees that were happening like just dude, he shredded both of his knees to the point where he was in bed for almost 6 months.
Jesus, Murphy. Hey, Mr. What's going on? I see your comments there. Hanging out with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and our buddy Matt Roof from Kindness Rising. We're on the Free for All Fridays every single Friday. We got Roofy joining us. Dude, this is fun here today, man. Roofy, I fucking love having you here on Fridays. It's a good time here, man. Mr. I see you there. Yo, can H get hard, by the way? Yeah, I'm hard, man. I'm fucking so hard right now. I'm just fucking pulsing hard.
Oh, what did he say? Can what?
Can H get hard, by the way? Yo, can you shout out my buddy Durf and Muffin? Yeah, Emutin and douche lamp. Yeah, there I just shouted them out. That's I'm a W supporter. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just I'm not of the generational language happening there.
Yeah, I'm kind of fucking missing. I'm missing this whole thing, but hey, we're rolling, baby. He's not spewing any negativity, so that's the requirement. You know,
we're talking some fun fitness activities. Next one, Roofy, strikes me something you're probably good at as well, and I'm thinking Anderson might be as well. I know I'm awesome at it, and it's called.
When someone says I'm awesome at it, that's always going to be, something fun is coming after that.
I'm a fucking great hula hooper,
dude. I never could get the hula hoop down. God damn it,
Yeah, I have some hula hoop videos. I'll drop them. Maybe Jimmy, I'll drop some hula hoop videos for you privately. We can share them next week. But Nation, are you guys hula hoopers? Johnny, I'm joking, man. I suck at hula hooping. I can never fucking get.
I swear to God, I can't keep that thing up over my knees. I get like 3 turns and it's down there. I'm like, how does it happen so fast?
I know.
But I learned how, I learned how to cheat it on the fucking Wii, because you get on there on the Wii, and I found this movement. I could just fucking pump it. On the TV, I was just a machine hula hooper.
On the Wii? What are we at, 1984? I love it.
Well, as my kids, we used to, when they wanted to play video games, there was no way they were sitting there like this. So it was the version where you were standing up doing shit.
I know. B-Drive, what's lame about the hula hoop, man? B-Drive, we got to get the hula hoop, man. Maddie, are you a hula hooper?
I am not a hula hooper, but the one I did used to love was the one, I don't even know what it's called. You tie a thing around your ankle and you spin it and you jump over it. It's kind of like a one-legged jump rope.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Had a heavy-weighted ball on the end. I used to love that thing. But the hula hoop, I could never get going. I don't have the rhythm for that shit.
We got tight hips. I think is what it comes to. We're tight hipped fellas.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I got some loose ends I've been pulling into the show here today that we've had for a few weeks here that have been on the table. And one of them here is Johnny and Matt. And we know this, and we've been talking about it. And again, I'm all about creating awareness. Guys, testosterone is disappearing. And it might not be why you think it is. Jimmy, run the clip, because we know testosterone's leaving us men, and there's a reason. And it might be shocking, or it might not be shocking, because Keith and John talk about it every single day on the show. Jimmy, run the clip on why testosterone might be disappearing and what's happening to the 1% annually of men's testosterone. Jimmy, let's run it.
What if the reason you're feeling less energetic, less driven, and less like yourself isn't just in your head? Men across all age groups are experiencing something unprecedented, a measurable decline in what makes us fundamentally masculine, and most of us don't even realize it's happening. Scientific research reveals that men's testosterone levels are dropping by 1% every single year, with young men in their 20s showing a 25% decrease compared to previous generations. But here's the breakthrough. This isn't inevitable aging, and there are specific, evidence-based strategies that can reverse this trend. It's time to take back control of your biology and your future.
Guys, we talk about it all the time. There's no news in this announcement. What I want to share with you guys is this. Research by Dr. Thomas Travison revealed an approximate 1% yearly decline in men's testosterone. Johnny, significant 2021 study showed 25.5% decrease in test levels among young men aged 15 to 39 exactly. And the causes and debates, Maddie, obesity, sedentary lifestyles, and I'll just make it simple.
It's just the lifestyle. It's the way we live our lives now versus the way that our fathers and grandfathers did. That's simple.
Roofy. Zero research or knowledge, but just a little bit of common sense.
Yes.
It's got to have something to do with the food that we eat.
Yes.
Well, but that's the way we live, though. That fits right into that.
It drives the obesity, all that stuff. But the shit that's in food today is causing problems. I don't care what anybody says. It's not vaccines. It's the food. It's that people put into their body today that has been modified, especially here in the United States. The food has been modified to the point of it's no longer nutrition. Eat natural food. I'm not saying get all organic and crazy all the time, but think about what you're putting in your mouth.
Well, and that's what I mean. We'll say that's the way we live. We didn't, 40 years ago, we didn't fucking go through drive-thrus multiple times per week. The drive-thrus existed, but we didn't live that way.
Well, it's interesting to hear you say that, because I was at a party on the weekend, at a nice birthday party, and some folks that I was hanging out with were recently back from Portugal and in the Azores, and we were talking about how life was so different over there. And I said, yes, because in North America, we're just taught to fucking run, and go 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. Yet everybody's telling us to go to sleep and get our sleep in and eat good food, but yet everything around us is like, well, no, but you got to watch a hockey game at 9 o'clock tonight, or no, you got your kids' event at 10 o'clock tonight. And there's always something pushing us back from making these good choices. But the funny thing is, not the funny thing, the good segue, boys. And I'm going to segue from one conversation to another one, which is men. It's not your age. Jimmy, get ready. It's your blood sugar. Jimmy.
What if everything you've been told about why men lose their edge as they age is completely wrong? What if the real culprit has been hiding in plain sight this entire time? You've probably blamed your age, your stress, maybe even your testosterone levels for changes you're experiencing. But what if you've been looking in all the wrong places, while the real answer was right there in your daily routine? Scientists have been tracking healthy men for years, discovering that the smallest changes in our daily habits create the biggest impacts on our performance and vitality. The breakthrough isn't what you think it is. The solution isn't complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. It's something you can start measuring and controlling today. Your edge isn't gone. You just need to know where to look. Today, we're exploring how to become the partner who creates deeper intimacy through emotional intelligence.
6-year study followed men aged 18 to 85, and what did they realize? That the research indicated that the changes that happened was mostly related to blood sugar, not your age, guys. Again, bad choices, accumulative choices of food that we're eating that's causing issues later. And I'm not trying to kill a dead horse or kill a live, whatever that cliche is. Simply want to continue to drop awareness around the choices we're going to make today are going to come back and bite you in the ass down the road. So don't blame me or Maddie or John. Oh, I'm getting old. No. Yes, you're getting old, but you can keep yourself longer by making good choices today. Johnny.
I mean, going back to what Matt was saying, there's a saying that I wish people would understand and believe. If you have the average American diet, you're going to have the average American disease and problems. And that's kind of what we're talking about right here. Now, granted, if you have the average American lifestyle, go a little deeper, you're going to have the average American issues too. We don't eat right. We don't move. We don't take care of ourselves. And because of that, we've got massive, massive problems. Now, I think it's all part of the design, because then we're dependent on the medical system, and big pharma gets to sell the medicine to keep us alive. And I think that's exactly what the whole thing's about.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the other thing is, it's not about the one scoop of ice cream or the one candy bar or the one piece of birthday cake or cake. Is it cake or birthday cake? I forget. But it's not about
if you're at a birthday party or not.
It's about the habits that you do every day. We talk about it constantly, right? What do you do 95% of the time, right? The 1% of the time, you got to live, you got to enjoy, but it's what you do every day consistently. I know you guys talk about it. It's nothing new here, but
Maddie, I want to ask you, because you and I've been I'm going to put it out here publicly. We talk about it all the time. Our struggles in the kitchen, the choices we try to make. How has your journey been in the kitchen in the evenings, Matt Roof?
It's been so much better than it's been before, and it starts with getting the shit out of my house. We're not bringing in the blueberry pie Oreos anymore. I got sucked on that train.
Is that a fucking thing?
Oh, they're amazing, but I don't want to promote them.
Jesus Christ.
They taste really good, but it's all junk. Yeah. So getting the stuff out of my house and remembering that what I put in my mouth today is going to affect me tomorrow. So I've gotten a lot better with that. We got into a habit in my house of calling it our sweet treat. Our little sweet treat. Got to have my sweet treat. Got to have my sweet treat. So I got that language out of our house. Got the stuff out of our house, and it's helped.
But Maddie, I'll tell you something.
My ice cream. Still love my ice cream, but I go out and I get a dip of ice cream. If I want a dip of ice cream, I don't bring in a half gallon into the house.
Well, I'll tell you something you said, because John and I talked about it a couple of days ago as well. often after I go for a nice meal, and I know John's the same way, it's like, okay, maybe I want to change my palate, or I want to have something sweet, or I want to have something that changes the flavor. John, you and I are having this chat about it, and I was talking about my little peanut butter type mixture that I make, and that's a legitimate battle for me, and it still is in this daily day, which is changing the taste of the palate in my mouth, right? And I
gotta send you a recipe, dude. It's like if you like tapioca pudding or any variation of that, I have this amazing recipe, and it's tastes. I mean, granted, it doesn't taste exactly like, but it tastes amazing, and it's healthy for you, and it actually helps your gut health.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Hey, Bernard, I just want to say I appreciate you, brother. Bernard is our slowly up and coming community manager here in the Mornings in the Lab community, keeping everybody honest and keeping awesome. Bernard, you're awesome, brother. B Drive, keeping it up down there in the community. And guys, you guys can join the Mornings in the Lab community. Guys like Lady Drew, wonderful ladies like Lady Drew, Bernard, Adam Holroyd, a great community every single day here on the show. And guys, play by the rules. Simple as that, or else our community is going to get on you. They're just going to get on you. It's a self-driving community here on the morning show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Maddie. We're talking Fun Fitness Fridays. Pound fitness, cardio drumming. Jimmy, turning up the bass, grabbing your sticks. There's something called cardio drumming. This is a hit meets a rock concert where guys, girls get behind the drums. Jimmy, I think we have a clip for this one, and they just bang the drums. It's just bang, 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 and it's called cardio drumming. I've never seen it before. I've seen some videos of it, but hey, Johnny always talks about it. Do something you enjoy. Get moving.
If you're happy, fucking breathing hard, banging the drums, bring the drum. And shit, if you're in a real set, you're using your legs too. You know, you got to pump those pedals.
That's it. Oh, did I freeze there?
Are we missing the? Wasn't there supposed to be some sort of no, you're Rain Man, you're good. Yeah. Wasn't there supposed to be a clip we were supposed to watch?
There was a clip there, but the next one, Johnny, you do this one all the time. Stand-up paddleboarding. Yes, on the water, in control with your crew nearby.
Let's be straight on that. I don't do that all the time. I do that to appease Terry.
Oh, I love the honesty.
Yeah, no, let's be fucking on that shit to me. God damn it. My feet start, it's like, you know, I'm a little heavier than the board is designed for. And so it's like the balancing part. It's challenging, but my feet are fucking doing this, trying to find it. And my feet just like, they get so hot and they burn so hard. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to jump in.
Johnny,
I want nothing to do with that foot burn.
I was in California a few years ago with the family, and we wanted to. Actually, I was in California, then I was in Australia, and we were learning how to surf. And I remember the first time, like, the guy looks at me, and and I'm 5'7", compact, whatever it is, 200 pounds. The guy looks at me, he looks at the boards, he's like, I'm gonna put you on that one, Johnny. Big piece of fucking plywood, because
the big board.
Yeah, because he's like, those ones are your first time. Yeah, because you're gonna get on that one. So this big fucking piece of plywood. Yeah. In the ocean, and I'm trying to get on it.
You just got to be able to stand up on it. Those little ones are like, it's like my right hand man in my coaching business. This dude, he used to be a competitive surfer. I mean, he fucking crushes. It's crazy to watch.
Yes. Hey, Holroyd. Yes, I see your comment though, Holroyd. And brother, you must be in my ear, because it's funny. I'll tell you guys something. It was actually part of yesterday or today's show, recipes, and we just didn't get to it. But Holroyd is saying this, Johnny, and I agree with it. And I want to add this segment. We need a recipes with Johnny or Terry segment. I'm with you. So my goal here, as we continue getting into the fall here, is to create content that has food recipes and stuff like that we can offer you guys that I'm eating, Johnny's eating, Matt is not eating because we're not talking ice cream, but we're gonna put recipes into the show for you guys, which is awesome to talk about as well.
I love to cook, and I've loved to find ways to modify recipes to make them just a little bit healthier but still delicious. So that's
what I'm when I'm eating something, it has to have a purpose, not just flavor. So when I can make purpose and flavor connect, that's good shit.
Yes. So here's what I love about the community, right? We got B Drive making sure everybody's behaving themselves. We got Global making sure our tech is good there. Maddie, so he's making sure you're good there. Thanks. We got Holroyd making sure that we have food to talk about and segments to talk about. I fucking love you guys, man. You guys are all leaning in. And hey, I said to you guys yesterday, what do you guys want to talk about? And hey, are there some fun fitness activities that you guys are doing or not doing? But I'd love to hear about them as well. I know B Drive is in the bees. Bernard, I saw your video yesterday. You trying to get the queen. If you guys are into bees, man, and I'm in a weird way, I kind of am. You follow B Drive's channel, man. You got to watch his bee stuff. It is admittedly kind of gross, but it's fucking life, and it's neat at the same time. It really is. Hey guys, here's something to talk about. How about animal flows? The exuberant animal, crawl like a bear and roll like a gorilla. Maddie, you can use the ground like it's your partner, and you can just roll around. There's no mirrors, just instinct. And Jimmy, I think we got
no mirrors. What does mirrors have to do with it?
Well, I think it's just this idea of you don't have to. This is not about vanity. It's just about getting on the ground and rolling around and having some fun. And
when we look at ourselves doing exercise, which I have done before, I'm like, what the fuck is that mess? So when I take that mirror out, I still get the movement in, and I'm still doing it. It's just not in my head.
You know what that means, brother? You're not doing it enough.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. All right, so we're talking the Fun Fitness Fridays. We're going to wrap this one up here. And Jimmy, I think what I want to do is I want to go to the Today I Learned segment. As I got the boys here for the last few minutes before we wrap.
And I got to go sharp at 30 today, brother, because I got a big workout and I'm fucking excited for it.
Good. Well, I'll so that's a good way to segue towards our Today I Learned, a new segment that I've been slowly kind of releasing. Yesterday, Maddie, I don't know if you were around for this one, but the cat. Yeah, you're a cat guy. The cat called 911.
Save the lives, yeah.
That's crazy shit,
That's freaking unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't get my cats to come for their food and stay away from each other. I don't know how the hell that guy trained a fucking cat to save his life, but it's pretty amazing.
Well, I have one for you. I got this one here. Today I learned an off-duty nurse. Get this one, guys. An off-duty nurse saved a boy's life by doing CPR at a baseball game. Years later, the boy saved the same nurse choking in a restaurant by performing the Heimlich maneuver. Yes, John.
And this was coincidental?
So she saved him, and then years later, he actually saved her along the way.
Did they have a relationship between the first saving to the second saving, or was it just coincidental?
I'm looking here. What happened between Kevin and Penny isn't just heartwarming; it's a call to action. At 10 years old, Kevin Stephen was struck in the chest during his brother's Little League warm-up. Cardiac arrest, collapse. Off-duty nurse Penny Brown was in the crowd. She rushed to save him. CPR, life saved. Then, 7 years later, get this: in a diner, Penny Brown begins choking. The cook who's working there. It's Kevin.
Oh, so they didn't know each other. Holy shit. So I was thinking, God, it's one thing if they had a relationship and they were eating together because but they didn't. Clearly, he's a cook. The odds of them knowing each other and being there purposefully was probably very slim. So this is like straight universe shit.
The cook who responds, 17-year-old Kevin, who is now a trained firefighter, Heimlich maneuver, life saved. At first, guys, they didn't recognize each other. But fate had already written the scene. The boy she saved became the man who saved her. So really, guys, I guess
Wow.
Goosebumps.
Crazy, man. The actual takeaway is learn CPR, learn the Heimlich. You don't need a cape to carry the skill. Stay ready because you never know, those hero moments don't come without warning. Johnny, Matt, do you guys know the Heimlich or do you guys know CPR?
Yeah,
I actually had to give. So check this, kind of a funny story, right? There's different types of Heimlich for, babies. You got to give it differently, right? Yes. Thank God that I had the training on that. My youngest, we were at a restaurant and we're all eating, and Terry, she had gone to the bathroom. So I'm there with the little girls, just the two little ones, not the oldest one. She was at that point, she was already in, I don't know if she was out with her friends anyway.
Yeah. So
I'm looking over, I'm eating. And I'm look over at the little one, and she's really relaxed. She doesn't get alarmed easily. And she's sitting there going like this.
Oh, no. Oh,
I'm like,
no.
Oh, fuck. And I'm watching her do that, and I'm like, okay, she's not playing. But she doesn't react. That's her. She just doesn't react to shit like this. The middle one would have fucking freaked out as soon as that thing lodged in there. It would have been breaking plates and shit. you know. So I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, so I basically, and we're talking. I mean, she's little. Like I hold her in my hand. So I take her and put her belly on my hand, and in the protocol for giving the Heimlich for a little one is to kind of hit him in the back, but like this.
Yes.
And so I'm sitting there fucking popping her right in the middle of this fucking restaurant, you know, and people are, and you know, I'm 315 fucking pounds and she's probably 30, you know, and people are looking at me like, you know, I mean, at this time, I'm not even giving a shit what people are thinking, but you know, by the time I got this thing, I mean, I probably had I whacked her pretty hard by the 4th or 5th times. I'm like, I could feel her abdomen still contracting in my hand. Jesus. You know what I mean? So I know she's still choking. And all of a sudden, it actually made a sound funny enough when it came out. I knew it came out. Then, and at that point, she just thought I was beating her. So she just fucking flips out fucking screaming because she does. Honestly, I don't even think she knew she was choking. She just wondered why her fucking dad's got her, you know, beating the shit out of her back. And anyway, so Terry comes back right about that time when she's flipping out. At this point now, the whole restaurant it was quite an ordeal. But I got to say, thank God I understood that because holy Toledo, you know.
Yeah,
you never know when you're going to need the Heimlich.
Thank God you understood how to do it. And the other thing that really struck me about your story right here is that you knew your kid. You knew the behavior. You knew that.
Yeah.
That person wasn't freaking out. You know, when you know your people, you know their behaviors. You can tell when they're really in distress, even if they're not showing. I got one kid that doesn't feel any kind of pain, and I can tell when that kid is in pain. They just don't show it, but you can tell by knowing it. So knowing those skills is amazing. I did 30 years in hospitals and health systems. They make you do CPR and Heimlich. Luckily, I've never had to use it myself, but I'm prepared if it has to happen.
You know who I'm scared, I'm prepared to, but I'm scared to is my dogs, because I love my dogs so vociferously. Like I love them. It makes me nervous if they're eating something or if I see them choking or struggling, because I'm ready to fucking Heimlich or stick my hands down their mouth.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
There's techniques. You can take a class on how to save an animal. I mean, go to your vet and find out, because you absolutely can save your animal from choking or cardiac issues in the moment. There's
speaking of non-Heimlich, like fingers in the mouth, dude. The middle one, very similar thing. You know, she's fucking just like months old and she's chewing on one of these teething crackers, and they were supposed to not break, and I was like, there's no fucking way this is not going to break, you know, but of course she's chewing on it. Next thing you know, I look at the end of it and it's gone, and she's sitting there real slow though, and I'm like, and I am fucking flipped out. So I turn, I go to give her, they call it the fish hook, right?
Yes.
And I feel, I go down there and I could feel it, but I can't get my hand on it. And she's, you know, so I push down again. It feels kind of weird to even say, I kind of felt her jaw almost open up a little bit. And I ended up not fish hooking it. I pushed it down. I mean, dude, fuck me. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you didn't know this stuff,
I know.
What would you do?
I know. I'll share one quick story before you guys go too. I got a pool in my backyard. It was a couple summers ago. I was sitting on the beach in my chair, and I see this little kid in the water, and I'm like, wait a minute. The kid is, holy shit. I was fully clothed. I fucking ran in, and exactly, Maddie. The kid was struggling, and I was like, and I was watching it happen, and it's incredible how slow time became as I was watching it, because I was like, that kid is starting to. Holy shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, we got a problem. A problem. Yep. Houston.
That's exactly it.
You can learn what, right? We just lost another icon of culture due to a drowning. You can learn water safety. I encourage people to get out to the American Red Cross, do CPR, do water safety, do choking training. There's lots of stories of people saving each other's lives, and there's lots of people who wish they knew how to do it and they lost somebody.
Guys, I had a lot of fun with you two motherfuckers today. Honest to God.
Thank you,
awesome. What a fun show. It all started at 7:30. Maddie, I got to be honest, man. It started at 7:30. I saw your energy, your positivity, your confidence. You were leaning into the camera. You had great content, and I was like, okay, it's going to be a good show here today. And Johnny fucking jumped in, just energy, just abounding, and it was good. So, Johnny, what are you training today, man? What are you getting after today?
I'm doing shoulders and arms.
Nice. I'm going to go crush my back after this one, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, you have yourself a great day, Mr. Anderson. We'll catch up today over the weekend.
We got to catch up over the weekend, dude. Jesus Christ. Been saying this shit all fucking week.
All good. I will. Yeah. Absolutely all good. Maddie, what do you got going on this morning, brother, after you leave here?
Going to keep getting after it with the work that I got to do here to help us grow our network and our community for sure. Both of my kids are home, so I'm sure I'll be helping them with something throughout the day. And we're getting ready for an awesome Dock Fest this weekend, my favorite weekend up at the lake. All around our lake, there's people, there's music at every place. Every other house has something going on. Somebody's cooking pizza. Somebody's got beverages.
Nice.
It's a great party and community. So I'm totally pumped for that.
Nice. Awesome, boys. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. A lot of fun. Jimmy, we're going to walk off Roofy. We're going to walk off Anderson, and we're going to keep the show rocking and rolling here. Morning, guys.
Have a good loop, my brothers.
You betcha, man. All right.
You guys, that's awesome, man.
All right.
Cool.
All right, Jimmy, let's walk the boys off. I'm going to turn my attention to the middle here. Readdress the community on the community corner. On Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends, getting after it every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Remember, you guys can join the live conversation. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005. I will take the call. True story. Yeah, 100%. Call me live right now on the show. Send me a text. Leave a voicemail. We will bring you into the conversation. Jimmy, I see your note there. No, we're going to get to meals. So, Jimmy, I didn't want to gloss over it. I didn't want to gloss over the meal conversation. So we'll come back and add some depth to that conversation. But, Jimmy, what we can do is we certainly can look into something fun here. I did tease this conversation about nails. And maybe we can tease that one up here in a second. Before I want to go back to the community, first of all. We got B-Drive coming in saying, I encourage you to watch the Tim McCandless story. That's from a comment a little bit ago. So that's about 10 minutes ago. That's probably something to do with our bees, I'm thinking. And then we got into the conversation around Heimlich removers and choking. And B-Drive says, I was fortunate to be a Boy Scout and get training as a teen for CPR and first aid. Yeah, these basic life-saving skills, right? Things that we want to have. And global, you're right. Small towns where everyone is your friend. Very not too dissimilar from Winnipeg, where I am. Small, big city, 1 million people, where it seems like everybody is just a few degrees connected to the other person. So, but what a fascinating story, right? Choking, and then whatever it was, many years later, one person saving the other. It's incredible how the universe works from time to time, right? Where you never know what comes around goes around. That's a good example of that here. What comes around goes around. Little appearance by Matt Roof jumping into the lab here along the way. What's going on, Roofy? Oh, you just want to come back and hang out, brother. There you go. He's getting to get out of here. And then we had some fun conversation around. There he is right there. Fun Fitness Fridays, Playful Routine, social work. Guys, go get the hula hoop. Here would be some fun. Here's an invitation for all you guys. Let's see if you guys can all go get the hula hoop, and we can drop some hula hoop videos into the community. So maybe Bernard, you got a hula hoop? Global, you got a hula hoop? Lady Drew, you got a hula hoop? Would love to see her hula hooping. Maybe I'll tease you guys with some hula hooping myself. I got a hula hoop in the garage. Maybe I'll go and roll a blunt and go put the hula hoop around the hips and see what I can deliver for you guys. That could be a lot of fun. Hey, toenails, fingernails. I went for a pedicure last night. Yeah, true story. Me and my lovely bride. Carts came with us. Love the pedicure. Just fucking love it. Love it. You guys love pedicures? B-Drive, good time. Adam, you guys, Lady Drew, you guys love pedicures? There's just something about just getting the feet taken care of, getting the nails all cut down and not about being a softie, just about getting those feet taken care of. I stand for the whole 2 hours of the show. So it was a lot of fun. But I learned something. I did. Uncle Keith learns something every single day. I learned that human fingernails grow about 4 times faster. True story. Than toenails. Did you guys know that? I did not know that until I found this segment about today. I learned, And no, hold on a second here. That is not the right. That's not the right script. Hold the horses here, Jimmy. I think that we have the wrong script here for this one here, Jimmy, for the one with the toenails and the. There we go. All right, let's pull this one up here. Thanks, Jimmy. All right, so no, Jimmy, that's still wrong here. Actually, if you look at it, the script is incorrect. We got the wrong language on there. So okay, well, listen, we'll come back to this one because I don't have the facts here in front of me. I don't. That one's about emotional health, and we're actually not talking about emotional health. We want to talk about toenails and fingernails and thumbnails. So we are going to come back to that one. I enjoy my pedicures. We'll get back to that one here in the future. And yes, Lady Drew, I need a new hula hoop. I enjoy manicures and pedicures. Yeah, it's been a long time since I went for the manicure. I just give them to my own nails, maybe by chewing them. But I'm a big fan of definitely the pedicure. Love it. Yeah, we'll go talk to Jimmy. We'll go talk to Carter on that one. I think Carter might have dropped the ball a little bit on the that segment. Hey, that's how we learn. Yeah, that's how we learn. Jimmy, yes, let's do that. So Bernard dropped a video for me in my comments a couple of days ago. He's like, hey, this could be a good conversation for the community. I'm like, I love it, which is a good segue back to you guys in the community. So if there are things y'all want to talk about, if there's content, you're like, hey, this would be great for the show. This would be great for us to converse about. This would be great for us to have a conversation about. Please send it my way. One of three ways, I guess. You can send me a text, 431-300-3005 on the Mornings in the Lab text lines, or call me and leave a voicemail. Say, hey, we should talk about this. That's one way. Secondly, if you have my number privately, reach out like Bernard did. Say, hey, something we should talk about. Or come find me on LinkedIn. Come connect with me there. Or let's get after it in the Mornings in the Lab community, right? We got the community posts page there on the channel. I would invite y'all to begin engaging in that community. I'm going to use the word help. Help me build that channel. Help me build that page within our Mornings in the Lab channel, the community there, the feed, right? So if there's things you guys want to talk about, I'd invite you to put something there, and we can go back and forth with it. So Jimmy, before we run that clip, I want to look in the comments here. We've got Global coming in with growth rate is thought to be linked to blood flow and the amount of keratin produced. Yeah, I want to dig more into that, Global. Like I said, I had a segment here, but my the words were incorrect, so we'll get to them properly. And then, Holroyd, I chew my fingernails as well, so I never have to cut those. Yeah. Holroyd, you got to go for a pedicure, man. I'm telling you, don't think of it as this... it's just a soft kind of pussy thing that the girls go to. No, fuck, man. Sit down, have them take your feet and put them in the water. And it's just a really nice experience. Global, I grew my fingernails and replaced the activity of chewing. The stimulation is the same for tips of fingers. It's incredible how I find these topics that affect all of us. And we all have our toenails and thumbs. It's funny because we took Carter one for his pedicure too. And he joked, he's like, yeah, they're going to need to bring the saw out for my toes. Right. And all good times. All right, Jimmy, let's drop that video that's Bernard, I peel my fingernails, toenails, I trim. Foot health is very vital to you. I agree, man. Foot health is extremely vital. You know what we don't talk about enough is podiatrists. Maybe we got to lean into that Seinfeld episode and talk about podiatry. You guys know podiatry? I don't really know a podiatrist, but we can maybe have a conversation about podiatrists. Jimmy, I see a text in there. Yeah, let's run that segment that Bernard put up there. Let's have a conversation about it. Can we do that, Jimmy?
This is worth $1 million to you over the course of your career. This one piece of advice is people don't care what your product is. They don't care about you. They don't care about your company. They don't care about the background of your company, and they don't even care what the product is. People don't care. The only thing they care about is what this product or service does for me. What do I get? What's in it for me? And what they want is they want a change in their life. They want an improvement in their life, a result, a benefit, or highest of all is a transformation. They want to be transformed. Here's the rule. 15% of buying behavior is determined by the past. 85% of buying behavior is determined by the anticipated future. What is going to happen as a result of me buying? So, as we say, if you are selling a tour to the Canary Islands, spend 90% of your time talking about the destination and only 10% talking about the plane that you fly to the Canary Islands in. Most salespeople spend 90% of their time talking about the plane and only 10% of the time talking about the destination. Imagine if you went to a travel agent and you said, I want to take a vacation to the Canary Islands, and they said, well, let me show you how this plane works. And they take out a diagram of the airplane you're going to fly on, and how you walk up the rampway, and where you sit, and the food they serve, and the movie. You think, I don't want to hear about this. I just want to know about the islands and the palm trees and the ocean and the warm water and so on. So talk 90% about the change that will take place in the customer's life. Customers only buy improvement. The reason they buy is that they feel that the quality and quantity of the improvement will be greater than the cost and the trouble of using it or learning how to use it.
The segment dropped by Bernard. I loved it. I'll tell you why I loved it. Let me share with you what I took from that segment. He's right. People don't care. People just want their problem solved. They want to know that you can solve a problem for them, period, point blank, period. Right? And then they perhaps might start caring along the way, but once they start engaging with you because you've solved their problem. Solve their problem, they lean in and learn more. Too often, I think we forget about what's in it for me, with them. Those that are you in sales, with them is an extremely important thing. And I'll be honest, I'm going to weave it into this here. Every single day when I wake up and as I was creating the show, I'm always asking myself this. What can I give to Holroyd? What can I give to Bernard? What can I offer to Global? What kind of value can Lady Drew get from this? So it's very intentional and very deliberate that I'm thinking about my community, making sure that we're always adding value. And I gotta also be honest with you guys. It's been an obscure journey for me as a human building this because A, I've never done this before, and B, I'm building an edutainment type solution that is all rooted in solving a problem, which is actually quite simple, and maybe some would say perhaps ambiguous, perhaps even cliche, getting up, not hitting the snooze button. But Keith, that's not a problem. No, it's actually a problem for many people. The problem with hitting the snooze button, the problem with I'm going to do it one day or someday, or I'm not ready yet. Those are problems that many of us don't even think about or don't even realize that we have. Making bad choices throughout the day or in the evenings and going, fuck, I'm fat. Yeah, it's 30 years of bad decisions. So I'm not here to be preachy. It's just we're always working on continuing on finding ways to add value because I know you're all asking this question. Keith, what's in it for me? So, the Fun Fitness Friday. I'm kind of lazy today. Well, hey, maybe go do some parkour. Maybe go do some hula hooping. I don't know what to eat today. Maybe you want to have some nuts in your pocket. So we're always focusing on what is out for you guys, right? And I offer because I think often we forget. And I think what happens too is that when we're struggling with building something, we don't think about executing because we're still thinking about, what we're building. So again, I really want to invite you guys, as per that video here, ask yourself this: what is in it for them? As if them asking themselves, what's in it for me? Why should I pay attention to the Keith Show, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends? Why? Because I'm going to help you get up and get after it. I'm going to help you achieve your big goals. I'm going to hopefully give you tools, entertain you, inspire you, inform you with education and information that will help you make good decisions. So what's in it for me? What's in it for you? All right, back to the comments. Global, I love what you just said here. Eat Jell-O for stronger nails. But what you also said is, I love this comment. Hands are energy. Flows from body and fingernails are symbolic of interaction with outside world. It's incredible how much you can learn from somebody by their hands, isn't it, Global? Right? Whether they wash their hands, whether they're dirty, whether they work with their hands, whether they're white collar, blue collar, what they do for a living. Very, very well said, man. Very, very well said. And Global, I figured the tips of my fingers want me to caress them instead of chewing them. Smart man. Fuck. Dude, philosophical brain over there. I'm telling you. And Bernard come back. Nail hair and skin health are all important signs of your overall nutrition. Very, very true. Right? And it's funny because John talks about it all the time too. You know, looking at a human represents the habits that they have. I'm sorry, just calling it out. Right? If you're walking around carrying 300, 400, 500 pounds, maybe you've made some interesting decisions along the way to accumulate those 300, 400, 500 pounds, which is why you're struggling perhaps with your diabetes. Yeah, true story. All right, Jimmy, I think we're going to make our way to the community corner. Yep, I think we're going to do that. And I'm going to do that with this over here. You guys hear the sound? You ever wonder if your weirdest decisions are actually your smartest moves? Well, it's time for the community corner right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and friends, where we connect LinkedIn and Substack on Mornings in the Lab. And today we're going to divide and dive into what happens when you refuse to play by the rules. Whether that means rebuilding your life from scratch, tuning out the digital noise, or flipping the script on complaining. So let's get right into it, nation. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. All right, the pep talk you never got, but you probably needed. What do you do when life tosses you into the fog? Starting over, feeling lost, or staring down a blank page? Well, Sean Galanos offers a pep talk for anyone navigating life's messiest transitions. This guy's lived it. Career pivots, solo moves, wild nights of self-doubt, and the realization that starting over, well, it's not failure, it's progress in disguise. So if you're in the middle of a big transition, know that you're not behind. Your path is yours, and every so-called mistake is just data. It's just data, you guys, for your next move. And when you start to think about it, every fresh start is not a start from zero. You go in with lessons learned and a different perspective. And I'll tell you right now, there's absolute value in that. Keep it on Substack. 3. Yeah, 3. It's Canadian math. 3. 3 silent killers of your energy and how to crush them. Wow, Ron Reich. Ron Reich breaks down what's actually tanking your mood and motivation. And spoiler alert, it's not just your diet. No. He argues your vibration is the real signal you're sending out to the world. And toxic inputs are jamming it. Think about this, you guys. The processed foods, the doom scrolling, and those spiraling negative thoughts. You can cut them out. And guess what? You'll already be ahead of the game. So why chase more money or motivation when you can upgrade your mindset and those environmental attitudes first, he asks. So maybe this weekend, you guys, is a good opportunity to pause and audit how you spend your daily mental energy and ask yourself this: what you're letting into your life that needs to go? Because something in your life might be breaking it down for you. Yeah, think about that. All right, keep it moving here. Back over to LinkedIn, how to survive and thrive in the age of cringe content. A little bit of cringe content down there, just a little bit, but not on this show. No, this is the anti-cringe show. Actually, if anything, my goal is to make this as fucking cringe-worthy as possible so that we can all just cringe. Who decides if it's cringe-worthy? Like, who's the cringe police? You ever ask yourself, it's like, oh, this guy's just cringy. Says who? Well, James Burgess keeps it brutally honest. He hates 99% of what he sees online, but he hasn't found our show yet. James, you haven't found our show yet. Yeah. But instead of ghosting LinkedIn, he built his own way to win by focusing on his circle, sharing real wins, and ignoring the urge to go viral. James is showing his community how to make social media useful without selling your fuel. What's the biggest takeaway? Don't be like everyone else. Why the fuck would you want to be like everyone else? Do you ever ask yourself that? Why would you want to be like everyone else? I'm just going to create generic content. going to create cringe content. It's going to be generic. Vanilla. Vanilla. I'm just fucking vanilla. Really? No, you don't want to be vanilla. If you want to be vanilla, go to another show. Be a source of value for other humans. Be yourself. Yeah. Lean into that experience you have and share it with the world. All right. The not so subtle trap of complaining and how leaders can escape it. You like to complain? You like to complain? What the hell is the point of complaining? What is complaining? Does complaining get us anywhere? Complaining gets us nowhere. Like, I mean, nowhere. Nope. Not anywhere. It's like, no, I'm not going to complain. No. Well, listen. Tim Shuisano says, complaining, especially the clever, self-righteous kind, it spreads fast. Oh, it does. And he isn't against venting. Matter of fact, he actually believes safe spaces to speak up matter. But there's a difference between spotting patterns to improve things and falling into endless negativity that drags you and your team down. So don't let complaining define your leadership or your career. Just stop. Just keep that self-awareness high and watch for those patterns and remember this. It's never about being right. Oh, it's about the results. It's about being your best, no matter what room you are in. That's it, fellas. As you go into the weekend, I want you to ask yourself this. Are you willing to scrap the script that you choose that actually works for you, even if it looks weird from the outside? Maybe it's owning a fresh start. Maybe it's clearing out your mental clutter showing up real online. Or maybe it's calling out the patterns that keep you stuck. And as always, if you want your story, your name, anything you want to talk about featured, I'd invite you to tag us on Substack Inside the Lab and on the LinkedIn, Keith Billis or the Mornings in the Lab page. Tag us, get us into the conversation, bring us into the conversation, because we might just feature you on an upcoming segment of the Community Corner right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Yes. All right, Jimmy. Let's move on over to the LinkedIn Creator Spotlight we're going to celebrate today.
Ever wonder why most people fail at fitness? It's not because they don't know what to do. It's because they're trying to follow plans that demand they sacrifice everything they actually enjoy in life. What if getting strong and transforming your body didn't require giving up date nights, family dinners, or your favorite foods? The coach we're celebrating today figured out how to crack this code, turning his own transformation from overweight beginner to trusted guide into a blueprint that's helped 400 plus people achieve lasting results. His approach isn't about perfection or extreme discipline. It's about building strength and confidence while doing the things you love. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Nick Smoot, the Newport News coach who's proving that sustainable fitness isn't a myth. Follow Nick's journey and discover how real transformation happens without sacrificing your life.
Nick started his fitness journey in 2008 as someone who was out of shape and didn't know what he was doing. But instead of hiding that part of his story, he uses it to connect with people who are exactly where he once was. For over a decade, Nick has been the accountability partner who doesn't judge your past failures. He's the coach who reminds you that life is hard. But it's a little less hard if you go to the gym. Yeah, that's a true fucking story right there. What makes Nick special isn't just his 400 client transformations. It's his philosophy that your fitness goals should never, ever cost you the things that bring you joy. He's building a community where consistency and showing up matters more than being perfect. Hey, just like us here in the lab, progress over perfection. So Nick, here's how it works, brother. We're celebrating you today, and I would love to hand you the Creator Spotlight so that you can come into the lab and focus it on somebody in your community on the next Community Corner. On the Creator Spotlight, on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Yes. All right. Let's get to the second one, Jimmy.
Ever wonder why that shirt from 1987 still looks better than the one you bought last month? There's a guy who spent nearly 2 decades answering these questions, turning curiosity about craftsmanship into a movement that changed how men think about what they wear and why it matters. He built one of the internet's first men's style destinations, created a traveling marketplace that brought artisans to the masses, and helped heritage brands find their voice in the digital age. His philosophy isn't about having more. It's about choosing better and understanding the stories behind what we own. Meet Michael Williams, founder of A Continuous Lean. Follow him to discover the timeless over the trendy and learn why the best investment you can make is in things that actually last.
Michael Williams could have stayed comfortable. He could have stayed comfortable, but he didn't. No, he didn't. He could have taken the safe road. He could have maybe worked at an agency forever. But in 2007, when blogging was still blogging, yeah, does anybody blog anymore? Actually, 2007, when blogging was still this weird thing nobody understood, he said, screw it. He said, fuck it. And he started writing about clothes, not fashion, clothes. The boots that last decades, the shirts made by people who give a damn. And when his blog blew up and everyone wanted to scale, to monetize, become the next big media empire, he stayed true to his values. He kept it small, he kept it real. And even now, with his newsletter crushing it, he'll give you a free subscription if you're broke, no questions asked. That's the kind of human we need more of. A guy who believes relationships matter than metrics. So who thinks helping people find quality is more important than helping them buy quantity? I'll tell you right now. His name is Michael Williams. And Michael, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to bring you and your community and all the great energy you have and your clothes to Mornings Live with Keith and Friends. True story. So we can give you the light, the creator spotlight, to shine it on somebody in your world as part of the next Community Corner on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and Friends right here, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Hey guys, you guys can join the conversation, 431-300-3005. Yeah, just like everybody in the comments here today, looking at global. I'm going to go back to B-Drive first of all. Bring in value. Ask yourself, what can I contribute back to this community to be a part of the overall goal? That's exactly it. This guy's a point on vibration. Remove MSG first. I love the taste of MSG though, Bernard. Just love the taste of it. Even though we try not to eat too much of it because it's not good for you, but love the taste of MSG. True story there. Global. Milquetoast is a slang term often used as an insult to describe someone who is timid, meek, inassertive, or easily dominated. I spend more time caressing my fingernails than one quick chew. At first, it was to carry a nail file. Actually, when my mom remarried, I stopped chewing. Yes. Guys, you guys are awesome, man. I love these obscure conversations we can have. And Jimmy, here's the thing, man. As we were producing the show yesterday, as we were pulling it together, and we got to find topics that hit everyone. Parkour, hula hooping hits us all. Where do we store the ketchup or the peanut butter? Hits us all. Toenails, fingernails hits us all. Right? Performing CPR on somebody hits us all. So I love the communicating happening here within the community. Bernard, MSG instantly makes you tired. Yes, it's easy to spot once you know. Oh, dude, I know, man. I fucking know. And it's funny because we were having and Lauren's vehemently against MSG. She's like MSG, and I love it. I love her neuroticism about it. But it's true, man. We pay attention to it. You look what's in it, and always try to find the MSG-free ingredients. Although I will admit, Bernard, there are times where I do enjoy the MSG because it does taste good. I know. Yeah. So, but I'm not going to be having any MSG this weekend. Maybe not. Global MSG can be added at each step of the process of food production. I know, and it just fucks with you. Hey, you guys do Zumba? You guys know Zumba? Well, I know Jimmy's ready to throw me under the bus here. So, and I know he's laughing. He's got a big smile on his face because Jimmy discovered a picture yesterday that I don't know who made the picture. Maybe it was the AI that made the picture of some dude doing Zumba. Yeah, the dude might look like. So I got a new workflow in my thumbnail process, and I'm using AI to help me make these thumbs. And I made the thumb yesterday for today's show, and as I was putting it together, I shared it with Jimmy, and Jimmy sends me a note, and he's like, dude, are you doing, is there Zumba going on in the background? I'm like, I know, I see the fucking little tool there who's doing Zumba in the background. So if you guys are paying passive attention, Jimmy, put it up there again. If you guys are paying passive attention and just listening in, I invite you to put, I always say eyes up on this one. And you can see old Uncle Keith there doing a good old Zumba workout in the background with his wonderful hair, wonderful hairy chest. Looks like he's wearing a wrestling unitard from the 70s. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out the thumbnail. Uncle Keith doing Zumba there on a Friday. All right. Zero drive-through. Good start, Bernard. I hear you, man. Yes, Bernard. Bernard, why don't you sprinkle some MSG on the bees and see what happens? I'm serious. I'm kind of curious. I'm like a fucking rapper. Yeah. Hey, speaking of rappers, Eminem behind me here. Just a fucking god. You know who's also awesome? Motley Crue. Yeah. Carter's been leaning into it lately. I'm like, yes. All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's time to go. The show's over. Yep. 431-300-3005. You want to connect with me over the weekend, you can do that. You can make a call. You can send a text mail or a voicemail. 431-300-3005. The only morning show hotline that exists out there on the planet. This is unlike any other show you're going to find out there, called Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Get after it every single day, right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We talk fun shit, man. We talk business. We talk athletics. We talk good life decisions. We talk performance. We talk lifestyle. We talk food. We talk toenails and fingernails. Talk marketing. We talk bees. We talk a lot of awesome stuff. And it starts here at 8 o'clock, but actually, it starts at 7:30. 7:30 Eastern time with Matt Roof, right here on the channel, Kindness Rising, and then we segue into 8 o'clock. And the guys, we got the third hour in August starting with our friend Jonathan Bannister. We're going to get into conversations around business and marketing and going to have fun, just different kind of fun. So on behalf of Jimmy, Melissa, the whole gang here in the lab, just looking here at the comments. On behalf of us all here, Bernard, Global, the entire crew, lots of love from me to all of you, and we'll see you guys on Monday.